Hello internet friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind creation Miss Couture. And today's episode is slightly different because I'm going to be trying out a new to me fiber, which will be a 100% untreated BFL, so Blue Faced Leicester. So I'm very excited to try this out and let's get into today's episode. Okay, so we're going to be working with 100% BFL untreated. So I will be adding my acid and my liquid in the pan. So that is 9 cups of tap water. Since we're going to be soaking the dry fiber directly into the pan we're going to be working with, I will be adding another 9 cups for a total of 18 cups. And here we go, 18 cups of tap water. My tap water is currently pretty cold. That's okay, but with the length it will take for the water to absorb into the fiber, it's going to be room temperature by the time we're ready to work with the fiber. And this BFL, this untreated BFL is really soft, which I'm a little surprised because the few times I've worked with BFL, I didn't find it soft at all. So I'm happily surprised with that. And you could be prepping your fiber differently. If you wanted, you could do from on this side. I've seen some people do rounds with the fiber, so we're just going to be let this soak into the water now. All right, so this is the next day. This has soaked for the entire night, and you can see here, maybe you can't really see, but I didn't properly clean up this pan, so I have some residue of colors, but it's okay, we're going to roll with it. And there's also a little bit here of that leftover color, but it's okay, we're going to deal with it. I will be wearing my mask right now because I will be using my tiny measuring spoons to speckle the dry powder directly onto the fiber, just for the fun. Right now, this is room temperature. I'm going to turn on the heat now, and we're going to be working with the dry powders. I will be wearing gloves. So we're starting off with some silver gray. We'll go in with some champagne. And I'm going to finish it off with antique mauve. And I think I'm just going to massage the dye powder into the fiber directly. Just so we're going to let the the dye stripe. So we're going to let it cook. I can remove my mask. Give me 1 second. So we're going to let this cook for probably a 20 minutes to begin with, to let the dye strike the yarn, well, the fiber. So this is 100% untreated BFL, so Blue Faced Leicester. I apologize for the pronunciation. So I don't know if you can see here, but the champagne powder that we've used, there is some speckles that are left. So this is something I will be very curious to see if the fiber keeps those little specks. I don't think it will, but we shall see. And you can see that we have lots of white left over there, over here, and like that. But when it comes to fiber, I really enjoy those negative space compared to the rest, because when you're spinning the fiber, it creates something very pretty and soft within the fiber that you're spinning to create your yarn. So I'm really not mad about it, and most of the time I enjoy when there's those negative space to create those subtle color gradient within the yarn you're spinning. So this is turned on. Okay, yeah, we're not going to be keeping those speckles, that's for sure. It's already pretty much dissolved. Okay, so I'm not going to be touching it from any further, and we'll see. I will see you back in about 20 minutes. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes. Let's check the absorber on this. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is fully absorbed. And can you notice how softer the colors has been now that it has struck so much more? Okay, so we still have quite a bit of color over here, but that's normal. It's one of the corners. The corners usually hold more, and also I had more concentration of dry powder in this area, so I'm not surprised. And you can see that the champagne has mixed in the gray and the antique mauve, and it's creating this very soft and subtle orangey, pinky, almost peachy color. So it's very pretty. Now my question is, should I flip the fiber in the pan and see if I should be adding more colors on the other side? Okay, so there's quite a bit. Oh, okay, interesting. So the champagne has migrated underneath the fiber. That's what's going on. Interesting. I think I'm going to flip it. I'll do it very carefully. I want to see what it looks like. And we need to be very careful to avoid felting of the fiber. Huh, how interesting. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to be adding a little bit more color here. And then, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll be adding a tiny bit of gray right here. And a little bit here. Not too much, just a little bit. And I'll add a tiny bit of champagne right here. And I don't think I'll be adding any antique mauve. I'm happier with this side. We're going to, yeah, now I'm happier. Okay. I'm not adding any antique mauve because I feel like there's enough of that color on both sides. And we have those concentration right here. And I just wanted to have a little subtle yellow still in here. And now the gray is going to probably go downstairs as well. So we're going to let it cook for 30 minutes and we'll let it cool down completely before we wash it. All right. So I was expecting, oh man. So I was expecting a little bit of color into the bath, simply because when you're working with untreated fibers like this and you're working directly in the pan that you've soaked your fiber the night prior, you will have some residue left in the pan afterwards, and you'll have some residue left in the bath water as well, simply because all those little impurities, all those little oils, the lanolin, will have stayed in the fibers for that longer, so it needs to go somewhere at the end. And this is also why we are cleaning up the fiber afterwards, not just because of to remove the excess dyes, but also to remove all those excess oils and all those little debris that you could find in the fiber. So that's what we're doing right now. We're making sure that we don't have as much residue left. And that's also why sometimes some fibers smells more sheepy than others. And it's just part of the joy of dyeing fibers. And here's the final result for our beautiful 100% untreated BFL fiber. As you can see, the colors has muted a lot. So it's no longer those big vibrant colors, which was to be expected because it is an untreated fiber. So usually the vibrancy is different than a superwash fiber or superwash yarn. So it was absolutely to be expected, but we have some very beautiful subtle pinks and very beautiful soft blues, and we were able to keep some of that yellow from the champagne dye. And if you remember, I was wondering if we were going to be keeping some of the speckles. Absolutely not. It was 100% undissolved dry powder, so we didn't keep those little speckle of orange dye, and that's perfectly fine. It is very beautiful, and I'm actually very, very surprised at how soft this fiber is. Usually BFL for me is a little itchy, but this one, not at all. I'm very surprised, and it's a happy surprise. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not used to liking BFL at all, so this is fun. Yeah, so this is our final result. I'm very happy. I don't know what I was expecting else. It kind of reminds me of river stones or river rocks, so it's pretty cool. I'm very happy with that. All right, so once again, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked the video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. This is the best way to help us, and I will see you very soon. Bye.